Even after Professor Omotola, now that sanity has returned to Unilag, what can we expect in terms of academic excellence? Some departments still do not have the necessary facilities to adequately train students. Some students still complain that all they do is theory and more theory.
Hi, Professor Omotola, you're welcome to NTA Nightline Studios, and thank you for honoring our invitation. Well, we want you to tell us this. That's why we left it out in our background report. Who exactly is Professor Jelili Omotola? Tell us about yourself.
Well, Omotola is Omotola, and by now I think everybody knows who he is, but as you probably agree, I'm a lawyer by background, and I've been a teacher for some 28 years now, and I've also been head of department for 6 years, and dean for 4 years, plus another 1 year in another university. Altogether, continuously 11 years. I've been in this administrative capacity before I went on sabbatical leave, and I stayed away for about 4 years before becoming the Vice-Chancellor of University of Lagos.
Okay, so how did your academic background start? You started here in Nigeria?
No, I trained mostly in Britain. I was in England for 9 years, continuously, starting off with my A-levels, and then getting up to my PhD before returning to Nigeria. I really did most of my academic work, preparation, of course, in Britain at the University of London.
Okay. Now you say you went on sabbatical for about 4 years.
No, 1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
Then I was at Ogun State University. I was in several universities, many universities.
Okay. Well, 24 years after taking appointment with the University of Lagos as a lecturer, you became the Vice-Chancellor. This makes you an insider at that university. What can you tell us about the growth of tertiary education in Nigeria?
Well, I think the growth has been consistent with the growth of the population of the country, and I think it's a welcome development when you consider the fact that the desire for education is overwhelming in this country, and it has to be met. When we started off, I think there were just about 5, 6 universities at the time we joined the university system. Well, you now have about 36, 37, which is nothing to bother about. I think what we should bother about is how to put our life and see that these things really are on ground. I think that is it. But the growth is quite welcome. It's consistent with the growth in the population. I mean, the country is growing, and every aspect of the country must grow along with it.
Well, while this growth might be reflected in terms of the number of tertiary institutions you have now, other things have happened along the line. The decay now associated with the university system, this did not come about overnight. What went wrong with the university system? How did it get to the situation that it is in now?
Well, we all watch it happen, but I think the first strike on the confidence of the academics was about 1973, I think, when we had a slight argument with government then in terms of conditions of service, and people were told to pack out and so on and so forth. That sort of affected the psyche of the teachers, and from that moment they started looking elsewhere to find solution to their economic problem. Then you have, of course, of necessity,